All right. Well, welcome everybody to the Nerd Radio podcast recording that happens every Wednesday afternoon here on the Checkpoint XP studios, their Twitch stream. My name is Chuck B, and I'm joined by my co-host, as always, James, and Al Beck. Both of you guys. Al is under the weather, and James had some videos to do. So this show is even more thrown together than usual.
Yeah.
However,
yes,
I think it's going to be a good one.
You going to introduce Amy?
I was going to introduce Amy. Yes,
I'm just gonna, sit here and
my wife,
my wife,
Amy Cooper, Acronym, joining us because she forgot her wallet at home.
I did,
and texted me this morning and was like, "Can you bring your wallet to the station and I'll pick it up?" And I'm like, "Well, if you're gonna be there, then you're gonna be on Nerd Radio."
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
That's the cost.
That gives them the opportune moment to ask me how I felt about the tickles.
Well done.
Firsthand.
Well done.
So the tickles, tell us
All right.
more.
So before we get started, before we record the podcast, this is kind of a special thing for you guys at home watching us on Twitch. Okay, so you may remember last week Robbie came in here to give us a little guff and mentioned something about me leaving Almond Joy wrappers all over this particular thing. So seeing as Halloween,
which we did not do, it's still a mystery as to what happened.
But seeing as Halloween was last week and all the candy was on sale.
Are we even streaming? I see Checkpoint still up.
Yeah,
I brought
Gotcha.
an entire bag of Almond Joys. So these things are going to be everywhere.
We can actually
welcome to
crack
our.
them open and leave the wrappers.
Do you want one? I know you were a little angry last week. You're like, Almond Joys, and I didn't get one.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat the shit out of this.
So yeah, in fact, just gonna make it rain Almond Joys.
Now nobody on Checkpoint XP's got.
You gotta put it at Robbie's
allergy,
station
Right?
though.
Welcome to our
there's
final
definitely-
appearance here inside the Checkpoint XP studio. It's
will
been
be
really
almond-
nice. We're going to be back to fighting with the other podcasts in the building for the other studio starting next week.
No, I got to save some to put on Robbie's desk too. And the reason I feel so brave in doing this
don't
is
put them here now. They'll be gone before Robbie gets a chance to.
the reason I feel so brave about doing this is because they are in a meeting, so they aren't even monitoring us right now.
Right. So
That's why I was wondering about doing this
later.
at the top of the thing.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do it now, because I got an email the other day saying that
they monitor this while we're in here.
Yeah, no, they're not here to monitor it.
Which, furthermore, they do watch this while we're in here. How did they think we did it?
The Almond Joy?
Yes.
That's true. Maybe Robbie's just giving you guys guff.
He just doesn't trust us.
Yeah,
I
Robbie
think
just
if
likes.
they were Robbie's rappers. He got busted for it.
Maybe.
Robbie's rappers.
Blame
Yeah.
those guys.
We'll blame it on the riff people.
Right, the Nerd Radio guys. All right. That was Robbie's reaction when he got busted for it. We're dealing with an entire show of people.
Rude.
All right.
I wish I could figure out how to host on my Twitch app.
Oh, yeah.
I know it's /host something, but when I do it, it says I don't have permission to do that. Why don't I have permission? I'm just
Maybe they have to approve you.
to host their channel. You think
Yeah.
Checkpoint XP would want people to watch their channel?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I mean,
There are going to be Almond Joy rappers this week, but it's all going to be James. He's gone through. I gave him a couple, and he's gone through 2 of them already. Not that I'm counting, but I'm counting.
this is why I'm glad I don't like Almond Joys.
All right, so here we go. We're going to start the podcast here. Welcome to another week of Nerd Radio, wherever you're getting your podcast as part of the B-Pod Studios network and all over your social media, as well as YouTube at Nerd Radio 101. Al.
Yes.
Where are we in Boston?
Hey, you remembered
I
rock929rocks.com.
And then, James, we are, of course, Wednesday afternoons live on Twitch.
Twitch.tv/CheckpointXP.
Absolutely. Which mic is you, James? Is it number 5?
I am 5.
There you go.
I'm
All right.
5 on the video, so I must be 5 on the board.
Yeah, let me give you a little more volume there.
Thanks.
I didn't want to...
A little more James.
A little more James.
A little more jam. I'll give you the full James.
The full James experience.
Well, now when there's a lady in the room, I won't.
I've
Yes.
already seen partials of that, if you remember.
Oh, how can I forget?
Yeah.
Right.
We've all seen partials of
Yeah.
James.
I mean, it's true, but I'm the one that had to witness him putting fries in his junk.
Yeah,
so.
she's seen him maybe a little bit more. This is awkward with Chuck sitting right here. You know?
I mean,
Cody watched me. So.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I've worked here for a couple of years, so I've seen plenty of you as well. So
That's true. But have you seen me with fries in my pants?
I have not.
I know Erica is upset about the double standard because she would like to not have to wear pants.
For sure.
In the office.
I wouldn't be upset.
You
I don't
apparently are the only one allowed to do that.
Well, here's the thing: is I do get a talking to every now and then. That's why the man thong isn't as prevalent as it used to be in the past, because there's some issues with a semi-nude man running around.
Maybe some salespeople that were new to the building that were like, "What is happening?"
Yes.
I'm not okay with this.
And the addition to the praise network here within the building is really putting
That's
a damper.
true.
That would probably stop the schlong showing.
Yes.
There may be a laying on of hands just to try and exercise whatever demons make you run around with no.
Actually,
no
I wouldn't mind participating in an exorcism just to see what comes out. You know,
All right.
Maybe I'm like just a big old like satanic zit that needs to get popped.
We're gonna need a lot of praise down in James's office.
Yes.
James is full of ghosts.
I imagine that James would get that green ghost that comes out in Ghostbusters.
In Ghostbusters,
It would
yeah,
just
Slimer.
explode
sweet.
from your chest or something.
I think
Right.
it's gonna come right out my butt.
Oh, that even better.
Especially, I'm hearing some news about some split pea soup going around the building.
That's
so-
right.
Yeah. Well.
So I want to get this goddamn podcast moving so I can eat this soup.
Right.
He asked for cyanide. I only had soup.
Yeah,
Yes.
I wish I'd have seen that. We could have given him the best of both worlds. I could have put cyanide in the soup while we brought it in here.
I was fresh out.
Yeah, so we are. You may have heard a female voice in the last couple of minutes. That's my wife. Acronym Amy Cooper. I'm going to say it that way every time.
My wife.
She is joining us for this week's podcast because she heard that Al was feeling a little under the weather, so she wanted to take some of the job off of you for you. So
Perfect.
So you didn't have to say as much if you didn't feel up to it.
Cool.
So he's only going to give one word answers the rest of the time.
Correct.
Al Beck, the man of many words.
So this weekend, myself and Acronym went to Youmacon, had a fantastic time. In fact, for podcast listeners, this episode is going to feature an interview with Yuri Lowenthal, who played Peter Parker in the PlayStation 4 Spider-Man game, which I was super pumped to talk to him and his wife, who also played the cop Yuri in the Spider-Man PS4 game.
So his name is Yuri.
His name is
his
Yuri.
wife played a character named Yuri.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, a very odd set of circumstances there, but very fun
It's
conversation.
also not a very common name either.
It really
You know
isn't.
Yuri?
Yeah.
Yuri on
Not-
ice.
Well, I was going to say not unless you're Japanese anime, then it's everywhere.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Anime, I don't know much about that.
But we saw a whole bunch of awesome cosplay, which you can check out on our Instagram page at NerdRadio 101. And got to see on Sunday we went to a panel with the guy who voiced Handsome Jack from Borderlands. It was
cool.
Him and Karen Strange, and I don't remember the third guy's name, but he
Is
voices.
he as handsome as the character claims to be?
He's pretty handsome.
He
I
was
gotta
pretty
say.
dashing. He was a silver fox.
Yeah, and but it was their sense of humor shines through from the game into that panel as they did a Q&A session, and it was very fun. All in all, Youmacon always a great time, and this year no different. We had a good time. Also, Mark Cooper was playing on Friday. I did not get to see it, but Nate did, and he said it was a fantastic time. And I did get to sit down with Mark for a couple minutes and talk to him, but that's not on this week's episode.
Yeah, I saw he made the Metro Times.
He did.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's very excited to be in the Metro Times.
I
Of
like
course,
to-
he joined us a few weeks ago
Yeah.
on Nerd Radio, so you could always go back in the podcast feed if you missed it.
Yep.
And give it a listen.
I like to think that all this all this fame that he's getting now is all because he was with us on Nerd Radio a couple of weeks
I'm
ago.
sure.
Totally.
So while Youmacon was going on this weekend, another convention was happening, and that was BlizzCon. And that's the Activision Blizzard convention where they will have their big tournaments for, Overwatch or Hearthstone. They announce anything World of Warcraft or Diablo or Overwatch related and stuff like that. And in order to kind of offset all the bad press that they've gotten in the last month or so,
Yeah.
they announced Overwatch 2, Diablo 4, and a new expansion for World of Warcraft, all of which do not have release dates. They just wanted to let you know they're on their way
Sure.
because they need people to talk about them in a positive light. I
Taking a
guess,
page out of my book. I'm always talking about all these videos I'm going to do, all these funny things, all these gags I'm going to do, and then
Sure.
what do I do? And I just end up smoking weed and sitting on the
You go-
couch
you
watching
go-
WWE every time.
Go home and do some smoking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested, especially in Overwatch 2, because they're saying there's going to be a player versus environment specific mode Instead of, I mentioned last week that with the Halloween event, there's a player versus environmental. And that's my favorite way to play Overwatch because I'm bad.
You don't like going against the actual people because everybody's so much better than you. Yeah, I know how that goes.
Right. So I'm very interested in seeing what that is. But one of the things that I thought was really cool about it that they announced is that you do not have to buy Overwatch 2 in order to continue to play Overwatch against people who have Overwatch 2. Like any content, any new characters or maps or anything that they add with Overwatch 2 will be back-ended to Overwatch.
That's very interesting. Like, how are they going to, like, what kind of new stuff is actually going to be involved with Overwatch 2? Then
like
is
the
what
incentive,
I would want to know.
Why buy it then? Yeah,
I think specifically for that player versus environment experience, that will be specifically linked to Overwatch 2.
So do you think it's like a big campaign?
Yeah.
Like they're going to have like a big campaign version of the game, but they'll still have
something like Borderlands or something like
player.
that, where you can play levels of stuff or whatever.
I wonder if they'll add other characters too.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. They'll continue to add new characters. There'll be new skins for the Overwatch characters that'll be in the sequel. We'll have new skins that you can get, but all of that stuff will still be available in Overwatch.
They already have a ton of characters in that game.
They do.
I feel like when I go to play that, I'm like, am I playing Overwatch or am I playing that Marvel versus Capcom versus?
Yeah,
like there's so many options. Well, I guess even Smash Brothers has.
I was gonna say you're playing Super
too.
Smash Brothers, like 100 friggin' characters.
Yeah.
We've had that game for like 9 months. Still haven't unlocked anything. We were playing it over the weekend while we were at Youmacon and unlocked 2 new characters.
Mm-hmm. I just keep playing Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah, that's the funny thing is when Banjo-Kazooie became like the downloadable content, that's the only character she plays now.
I sometimes play Kirby.
When you get sick of getting beat up.
Yeah, or Wario because he farts.
Yeah, Wario is funny.
And he throws his motorcycle. So those are my 2 favorite parts.
Right.
So he farts and has a temper tantrum. He could be me.
True.
Right.
Al's like Bumblebee. He's not going to talk anymore.
He's just going to talk in drops.
Talk.
All right, so here's some news I know is going to make James very happy. Terminator Dark Fate came out this weekend.
Oh, wow.
Apparently didn't do well.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Debuted with according to Variety, a dismal $29 million in North America and $102 million overseas. Apparently it cost $185 million to produce. Along with $180 million in global marketing and distribution fees. So they're at a deficit as of week 1 right now. Maybe it was a good idea to call this one Dark Fate.
Well, maybe you don't put Linda Hamilton saying "I'll be back" in the trailer and save that as a
that for the movie,
little nugget in the movie,
right?
Because it's probably to me the biggest moment when you hear her say that, similar to your Captain America moment in in Endgame. When he says "Avengers Assemble," I feel like you just totally ruined a golden moment of the film.
How amazing would it have been too if they would not have let you know Arnold was in this movie until you were in the theater?
That actually would have been great.
That would have been amazing.
But I think they would have needed that in order to get people to actually go watch it. Yeah. Because I feel like if you do a Terminator movie without Arnold, the one with Christian Bale.
Well, yeah, they have done quite a few. So yeah, people, if you would have not let people know he was in there, then it'd be like, another one of those Terminator movies with no Arnold Schwarzenegger, whatever, kind of thing. So that makes sense. It just reminds me of like when Bill Murray's in the middle of Zombieland.
That was awesome.
Yeah, because that was a big surprise. They didn't.
Right.
Nobody knew going into Zombieland that Bill Murray was going to be in there.
He's going to be the second one, though.
Yeah.
They did show that in the trailer.
But I think that only happened because I think the people that were putting the movie on couldn't get a hold of him. They wanted him in there. They wanted him involved.
Right.
But then Woody Harrelson had to reach out to him and be like, hey, because I believe that they're friends. They have a relationship, obviously, probably from Kingpin. And other things in the past that they've worked on.
Yeah, they've done quite a few movies together.
Yeah, so I think Woody, I could be wrong. People can let me know how wrong I am if you want.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to check in on the Twitch stream or just hit us up on social media.
Yeah, but I believe that's how they got Bill Murray to be in that movie.
Huh. Well, that would make sense.
That's a little bit different too, though. I mean, Arnold's in the Terminator. That's a big selling point.
That's true. Yeah, Bill Murray being in Zombieland
is a great surprise. But that exactly kind of goes back to my whole thing about why I don't watch trailers. Because if I'm like, I'm going to go see the new Terminator movie, and I don't watch the trailer, I get the surprise that he's there. But no, if they had to have put that out there.
Right. In other movie news, Deadpool 3 may already be in production.
All right.
They're saying Disney has filed a new shell company under the name Finger Gun Productions. So that may be that may be them secretly. Whenever they come out with movies, they always give them a title that's not the title of the movie. Kind of thing.
Is Finger Gun the fake title?
That's what I'm leading. This is implied in this particular story on Comic Book Resources is that Finger Gun Productions LLC may be like the company that's putting together Deadpool 3.
Okay.
So I don't know what they would possibly have titled the movie.
I guess because I'm trying to think if there's some sort of a correlation to finger guns, Deadpool.
Yeah, well, he does
there's
use
anything
guns.
in there.
He does shoot people in the face.
Yeah, but
so.
he was like bang bang, like it was a Cactus Jack, bio flick.
Right.
It would make sense.
Right, like why would they select that name? You mean?
Yeah,
instead of like Maximum Effort Productions or something like that, which was a line that he, a recurring line.
In other news, Ant-Man 3 will be directed by the same person who directed Ant-Man 2 and the first Ant-Man. Peyton Reed is coming back to direct to complete his Ant-Man trilogy.
All right.
How cool is that got to be though? Like it's almost like you're off in your own little corner, and people just just make another one of these. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Everything works, and then they get to reap the benefits by pulling Paul Rudd into Avengers movies when they want to.
And then you're like, can we even make an Ant-Man 4? How about 5?
Right.
You guys thinking about 6? We'll do a whole nother trilogy.
Can we do more of these?
Yeah.
I mean,
look at how many comics that came out.
It's not like Paul Rudd ages.
Yeah, Paul Rudd's
He doesn't. That's right.
Paul Rudd's gonna look the same no matter how long we make these Ant-Man movies. So it's all right. It's it's a little bit like the way Nerd Radio works. They just leave us in our own little corner here to create content.
We definitely age though.
That's true. Absolutely.
I age about 3 years for every hour I live.
All right. Well, let's take a on that note.
Very depressing, Al.
Let's take a short.
It's supposed to be a joke. That's like it bombed, and then everyone else got sad.
The most messed up version of Benjamin Button ever.
What was that Robin Williams movie where he was a 10-year-old
Jack?
Yeah.
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 That's actually a good movie.
On that note, let's take a short break. I'm going to pull Erica in here because the last 7 days of WWE specifically, much less pro wrestling, has been insane.
Yes. Go get Erica. I got to go do therapy, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll be back with some more Nerd Radio.
Do you need a hug, Al?
Don't hug him. He's sick.
I'm infected.
I'm going to give it to you, and then you're going to
You're going to get sick, and then you're going to get me sick. Al Beck is going to be patient 0.